The story you're about to see is true. It's just been animated for your entertainment. Thank you.
Imagine being 20 years old and suddenly having $230 million. What would you do? Well, for a guy named Malone, the answer was, go absolutely wild. But this wasn't lottery money. It was stolen. It all started in 2024. Malone and his buddies were in a group chat, and one of them had a bright idea. Let's find someone with millions in Bitcoin and scam them. Malone was all in. They found their target, a wealthy crypto investor, and hatched a plan. First, they called him from a spoofed number, pretending to be from Google tech support, warning him his accounts were compromised. Then, they called again, this time claiming to be from his crypto exchange, telling him he'd been hacked. Once the investor was panicked, it was easy. They convinced him to share his screen to reset his security, which exposed the private keys to his Bitcoin wallet. And just like that, boom! Malone and his friends transferred over 4,100 Bitcoin, worth a staggering $230 million, right out of the account. They couldn't believe it worked. One of them was even screen recording their celebration, a detail that will become very important later. To cover their tracks, they started laundering the money, splitting the crypto into tons of different accounts to make it untraceable. And while his friends laid low, Malone started living like a cartoon villain. He got diamonds embedded in his glasses, flew on private jets, and rented a Miami mansion for $68,000 a month. He bought a fleet of about 30 exotic cars, including a Lamborghini with his name on the side. His nightlife was even more insane. Malone would regularly drop anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000 in a single night at the club. He'd buy the most expensive champagne and tip everyone lavishly. He even started handing out $50,000 Birkin bags to women at the club, just because. But as he quickly learned, not everything can be bought. He tried to gift a pink Lamborghini to a woman he'd apparently dated, and she shut him down hard. But while Malone was living it up, someone else was watching. A crypto investigator on Twitter known as Zach XBT, who had once been scammed himself, got an alert about the massive transaction. He dedicated himself to tracking crypto thieves, and he started mapping out the path of the stolen funds. When he saw Malone flexing his absurd wealth all over social media, he knew he'd found his guy. Then came the final nail in the coffin. That screen recording of the group celebrating the heist, someone from Malone's own circle sent it directly to Zach. It was the ultimate proof. Zach compiled all his evidence and handed it over to the FBI. Just 1 month after the heist, federal agents raided Malone's mansion and arrested him. He now faces up to 20 years in prison for conspiracy to steal and launder the funds. It just goes to show, living the high life on stolen cash is a dream that's bound to end. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you soon.